Alright, today I'm going to be reacting to Double Infinity by Big Thief. Now, I'm a big fan of Big Thief. Their album from 2022, Dragon New War Mountain, I Believe in You, was one of my favorite albums of that year. That was a huge album. That was a super long, sprawling, and varied album. This one's a little bit shorter, 9 songs, 42 minutes. The only single I've heard from this album is Incomprehensible, which looks like is the first track. Yeah, very excited to get into this. We're gonna hop in. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. There's a link in the description down below. And we're gonna hop into the first track, which is, like I said, Incomprehensible. So pretty.
Start playing robins and the sparrows all across Ontario, static on the stereo and swimming in the lake. Old woman babe, I left when I was a kid.
Love the vocal delay there.
In 2 days it's my birthday and I'll be 33. That doesn't really matter. Next to each
I love how stream of consciousness the lyrics are here and the way they're just pouring out. Like, it just goes into every verse. There's no like break in between, you know? Except for here. It's dreamy, it's nostalgic, a little bit psychedelic.
with mismatched socks and shoes and stuff stuffed in my underwear.
Love the vocals here. Let's see how it transitions. It's just... Okay, so first track, Incomprehensible. I mean, the writing here is fantastic. I expect nothing less from Adrian Lenker, but it seems like it's, you know, dealing with time and getting older, and also dealing with wanting to kind of just let go and feel free, you know? That idea of let me be incomprehensible. I love this. This last verse, let me dance in front of people without a care, let me be naked alone with nobody there, with mismatched socks and shoes and stuff stuffed in my underwear. Yeah, there's kind of an innocent kind of humor to this track too that I really find just kind of sweet. Musically, it's very atmospheric, and the guitars are very reverb-soaked, the vocals are reverb-soaked, kind of psychedelic in a way. It's not too different from some of the stuff that you got on the last Big Thief album. Interesting track to start things off here. Let's keep going. Words is next. There better be words on this track. I don't like being lied to. Oh yeah, there's words. I see words. Nice drums on this one. Love where the vocals are placed here. This kind of timid vocal delivery. Oh, that distorted guitar. Ooh. Oh, the bass.
I'm walking down the street to see a light.
Oh, everything just opens up here. Okay, that was a cool transition. That's fine. Not like, didn't blow me away. I don't know, it feels like this is kind of a watered down Adrian Lenker in terms of the writing here. If you asked AI to write an Adrian Lenker song, this is what it would be. That sounds really harsh as I'm saying that, but it's just like, I feel like I've heard her talk about this stuff before, and I've heard her write about it in a more interesting way, you know? Like, a lot of her writing is trying to, like, grasp certain very human, subconscious ideas that are difficult to explain, but trying to, you know, put that into words. And this feels very meta in that way, because she's saying words are tired and tense, words don't make sense, words are feathered and light, words won't make it right. So it does feel kind of, I guess, meta in that way, but I don't know. It was fine. Musically, it sounded great. Kind of a more poppy direction, I feel like. Like, obviously, it was more folk-leaning in terms of the style of it, but just very catchy and very kind of straightforward with the structure. So not bad, but not as engaging as the first track, in my opinion. All right, let's keep going. Los Angeles is next. These laughs, this room noise.
Los Angeles, 3:33, nothing on the stereo. Dirty tear like Mona Lisa, even without speaking. You sang for me. You sang for me. I throw them up and I watch them hit the ground like snow. Amputated.
It's almost like spoken word delivery here.
But I know you with that look, and you probably come together, even without speaking. You sang.
I like how she's like kind of ahead of the beat there. That was interesting.
Sang for me.
This mix is a little bit more dry, not as atmospheric.
And there is so much that I wish I could have been for you somehow. But we
Love
don't
that
need to talk about
snare
that
sound.
now. We're finally in a good place, meeting face to face. And I can tell what you are thinking, even without saying. We dream our dreams together, even without laying in the same bed. And you sang for me.
This is so sweet.
You sang for me.
Oh. Oh, like how the track kind of feels like it's breaking towards the end there. Oh. I am really liking the flow of this album so far. That was good. Sweet little track about, you know, just feeling like you can almost understand someone without speaking, you know? That connection is so deep that words aren't needed. And it actually, I guess Words was 2 tracks ago. Or actually, no, Words was the track before. So it feels like it makes sense, I guess, in the flow of the track list here for that to come after. Still a little bit of like, I feel like I've heard Adrian write about this before. I think I do like this track more than Words. The writing here feels a little bit more exciting to me. And musically, a very like kind of dry mix, not as atmospheric or reverbed as the first 2 tracks. Beautiful, great little guitar kind of solo, acoustic guitar solo towards the end there. Let's keep going. All Night, All Day. I mean, the production's great so far. Like, oh, these drums sound great, and the shaker, the tambourine. I could go down on you. Whoa. Okay, we're getting freaky. Oh, love where the bass goes there. These scratchy strings too. Really interesting. Harmonies.
Sometimes they taste the same.
Oh, that bass. Piano in there. This just feels like being comfortable with someone, you know? It's like there's a real sense of connection and like no judgment, you know?
Swallow poison, swallow sugar. Sometimes they taste the same. Come together.
Oh. I love the way these tracks just kind of like sputter out like this. Like they really give these tracks time to breathe at the end. These transitions are good too. Really liking the flow. That was great. That feels like it's a track about just, yeah, being very comfortable with someone, being, you know, very vulnerable with someone too in terms of like, you know, the sexual themes here. And I guess kind of taking the shame out of that, you know, which I love. Because, like, even me, instinctually, when I this first lyric here, all night, all day, I could go down on you, hear you sing your pleasure. I'm like, oh, Adrian's getting freaky here. You know, it's like we're programmed to feel maybe a little bit uncomfortable about that, but it's like there really shouldn't be any uncomfortable feelings about that. I will be honest, the writing's not, maybe it's just because it's not as sad so far. Maybe I just need sad Adrian Lanker, but the writing's not hitting me as hard as it usually does. But yeah, I don't know. We'll keep going. Next track is Double Infinity. Wow. Love the drums on this one.
Longing to go back again, to be someone I've never been. The eye behind the essence, still unmovable, unchanging.
Beautiful kind of like sparkling atmosphere to this entire album. Like there's chimes, there's little twinkly sounds going on. It's making everything feel really cohesive so far. That's good. That feels like maybe the core, you know, central track of this album in terms of it. You know, it reminds me of the cover. Obviously, it is the title track too, which makes you think of that, but also the cover of Double Infinity. And what is this, dude? Is that a lime? Is that what that is? Looks like it's like a lime, I guess, but then it's got these, you know, not chopped up, but just the peel of it, you know, wrapped around it like, you know, it's like the shape of the infinity symbol. This is a very interesting cover for them because it's usually with Big Thief, I guess it feels like the colors, I guess, are more neutral and muted and kind of speak to kind of a folky, I guess, look, but this is it's not that at all. It's bright, it's neon, it's the plain black background. It's very, very interesting. And I guess this track feels like it's speaking to that cover in a certain way. This is a very, very Adrian Lanker song. Like this is her bag right here. Again, just trying to explain these kind of unexplainable feelings. Trying to grasp at something that is, you know, fleeting. And like I said, I'm loving the kind of sparkly textures that are across this entire album. It's making it feel very cohesive. Let's keep going. Next track is almost 7 minutes long, No Fear. Whoa, okay. This bass. This is like the first really like extended intro on this album. Letting things breathe here.
There's no fear, it's so clear, it's so free. Ran like a line, destined.
There's the mention of the lime on the cover.
There's no face that isn't in your face, there to see.
Looks like this one's just kind of the same lyrics repeated over and over, so I'm gonna just kind of lock into the music here, float along to it.
There's no table, no chair, no country.
I love how the vocals are slowly building with each verse, each repetition.
There's
We're already 4 minutes in, what the heck? This is flying by. These textures, man. What a crescendo of a track, man. So obviously the same 4 lines repeated over and over again. I just love how it built texturally though, and like each vocal delivery of the 4 lines felt a little bit different. You know, it felt like that was subtly growing. Love the groove. The bass on that was great. The drum fills on that were great. And it actually flew by. I was a little bit worried that the 7 minutes were gonna kind of drag on, as it is just the same 4 lines repeated, but I thought it crescendoed in a really nice way, so that was great. Let's keep going. Next track is Grandmother.
Grandmother, kissing in our car, standing in the stadium, knowing soon there'll be no bar.
I don't want to assume things, but is this about the death of her grandmother, or maybe a grandmother more generally? Whoa, vocals.
What's the use of holding?
There is a feature on this, so that might be the feature.
We are so many things. Let's take it all into rock and roll.
Oh,
I saw love through the pain.
such a good line. I saw sun through the clouds, I saw love through the pain. Like, it's a bit on the nose, it's a bit obvious, but man, that hits hard.
Gonna turn it all into rock.
Very interesting chorus, too.
Gonna turn it all into rock and roll. Into rock and roll.
You can hear her smiling as she's singing there. That's good. Love the vocal riffing here. Interesting track, man. The feature from Larahai? I'm probably butchering that. It looks like I'm just looking at his Spotify page here. Looks like he makes like ambient new age kind of music. I can hear that style of vocal being incorporated into that type of music, so it definitely makes sense. Interesting track. I thought initially it was about like her grandmother's passing or something, but there was a really interesting Genius annotation that, or like a quote from Adrienne herself, This one shows me that rock and roll goes way outside of any genre and is really in a spirit. The earth is rock and roll, and so are our bodies with the power to heal. The song comforts me and reminds me that we have the power to transform energy and reclaim disconnected or alienated parts of ourselves. That's a really interesting perspective on this track. So yeah, let's keep going. Next track is Happy With You. Whoa. Oh. Oh my god, this groove, the speed. I get what she's going for with this repetition here, but it's not quite working for me. It's probably my least favorite track so far. Maybe that's saying a lot about me, that seemingly on the surface, the most happy track is my least favorite. Yeah, it just feels like we've already had tracks that are trying to do this whole, repetition thing. And I do like the idea of this track where it's like kind of anti what most of Adrian Lenker's songs are. And I keep saying, I should say Big Thief, because, this is a Big Thief album. It's not just Adrian writing these songs. It feels kind of anti that in a way, where it's like the whole idea of why do I need to explain myself, The whole thesis statement of these songs usually is trying to explain the unexplainable, but this feels like going against that. So I do like that idea. It just felt, I don't know, it just got pretty stale over the course of the track. And it's like, sure, if this was the only track like this on this album, maybe it would be fine, because it could serve as like kind of like an interlude. But we just had No Fear, 2 tracks ago. So it's like, do we need another track like that? I don't know. Let's keep going, though. Last track is How Could I Have Known? Beautiful chord progression.
How could I have known in that moment what we turned into? You reminded me of the river. Baby, I walked to the Eiffel Tower.
Good harmonies.
I could not explain.
I feel like the production's a bit too over the top on this one. I'd like to hear it a bit more stripped back.
How could I have known in that moment when I first met you?
Okay, there you go. Big Thief, Double Infinity. I am kind of disappointed by this. I'm going to be honest. Especially the last 2 tracks here. Really didn't do much for me. It feels like they're kind of writing themselves into a corner here where it's very similar to what they've done before. I feel like the atmosphere to this album is very unique to this album. It feels very expansive and kind of almost spacey in a way. A lot of like glistening, sparkling textures. I feel like for this last track specifically, it could have benefited from a more stripped back production. I felt like the power of the song was getting lost in how over the top the production was. But But yeah, I mean, this isn't a bad album. It feels like one of the band's weaker albums, in my opinion, but it's not bad. Overall, some good moments here. I think the first half I definitely prefer to the second half. There you go. Those are my thoughts. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like, subscribe, go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.